Jesus is what God is like tonight, and Jesus is what God will always be like. You have to have a friendly God in order for people to be interested in becoming acquainted with Him, and He knows that becoming acquainted with Him is where it's all at. And so He is constantly trying to produce an unfriendly God. Talking to a student one day, he said, I kind of like Jesus, I don't like God. They're the same, my friend. They are the same. And you realize that God was right there at the cross with His Son. God loved the world so much, why didn't He come Himself? Why did He send His Son? Sending His Son was the harder of the two. But the truth is, His Son volunteered too. Don't forget that. If you're a father and you have a son or your daughter and they're in great trouble, you know good and well that you would choose to take their place any day than to watch them suffer, right? You realize that God is someone who really does love you. The devil hates that idea. The Holy Spirit tenderly, just as fast as possible, draws every one of us to the point where we give up on ourselves. This does not mean that we're worthless. It does mean that we're helpless. And please catch the difference between helplessness and worthlessness. We are worth the entire universe in the sight of God. One sinner, all heaven rejoices when they commit their lives to Jesus. And the cross proves it, that we're worth everything, but we're still helpless to change our lives apart from Jesus. And when we give up, then it is that we can come to Christ. How do we come to Christ when we can't see Him? We come to Christ on our knees, and we come with a sense of helplessness, having given up on ourselves. We look up toward heaven and we say, God, that I can never meet You in Your kingdom. There's not a chance in the world that I can be the kind of Christian I want to be. In my life, You're going to have to do it. I can't. And the painful truth is that no one ever comes to Christ until they reach that point. Desire of Ages, page 300. The Lord can do nothing toward the recovery of man until convinced of his own weakness and stripped of all self-sufficiency, he yields himself to the control of God. Then he can receive the gift that heaven is waiting. You can look up to God and you can say, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. And you can experience the miracle-working power of the new birth, of justification, conversion.